What's up, guys? It's your boy, the Badwolf, here to bring you some more information. Now, thank you guys for all the people who've been supporting me all of these years and all this time with the websites and the consultations and the word of mouth. Appreciate yous. We have hit 9,500 people. Like I said, the goal is 10K. After that, it'll be good, and I'll still will check each and every one of your names and see you guys subscribe. To the viewers who just view and haven't subscribed, thank you, but you guys should subscribe sometime. Help a brother out. But at the end of the day, once we hit 10K, I mean, that's huge. I mean, every day will be a victory, after that point in time, because I never expected it to get there in the first place. So a lot of people think just because you see me on camera that like I'm this, I'm actually a very private person. So doing this is pretty huge for me. And you guys have made this happen. So we're almost there. We're going to try to do some more, I don't know, interesting things. We're going to try to get some more people on, where I'm going to get people on the show, do some consultations live and whatever else. So plenty of awesome things coming. Anyway, let's get to it. So this particular video is going to be about how to unincorporate your business. Now, what does that really mean? At the end of the day, yes, you are closing your business, but you're going to reopen it as a whatever it is you want to do it. Typically, an unincorporated association is going to remove you from that federal jurisdiction. You can also do a FBO or a faith-based organization where that's a 508c1a and you're also outside of that jurisdiction. I happen to know for a fact that people who have done this, excuse me, didn't have to shut down. They're not under the mandates. They're not under any of those things. So for those business owners out there who want to get back into the de jure private, now understand this, just because you do these things and you're in the private doesn't mean that you can't have people from the outside coming into your business. You just have to put a sign up to let them know. It can be a small sign, big sign, whatever, that this is a private establishment and that it is not a public establishment. And so, of course, you guys know the tax advantages there and whatever else. Obviously, the jurisdictional stuff we just talked about a little bit. And I mean, even though, let's say if you do like an FBO, you don't have to tell your customers, like let's say you're running a nightclub or something, that it's a FBO. I mean, you can say it's the Church of I want to tap that ass or something like that. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to tell them that. You put your sign up, your notification somewhere, so that but legally, it's just, that's a structure. Okay, you can still do whatever you want to do with your church, and if your church is sip sip, and shot girls walking around, yay, that's up to you. Okay, I know for a fact people out there have done it, are doing it, and a lot of stuff. And don't think, guys, because you haven't heard of these things, that people aren't doing them. A lot of wealthy people are using trusts. Okay, their whole families are locked up in private trusts. That's why they're able to stay rich and keep a lot of their money, because they're doing the very things that we teach here. That's why even like Obama was talking about how there are companies here that aren't paying their fair share of taxes, and la 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 la. It's because they went and got that foreign EIN number, and because wherever your company is based is essentially where its tax obligations lie. So even though you're physically here, okay, when you use those certain notifiers, zip codes, two-state digit abbreviation, educational information only, excuse me, I had a little something to throw, then that's when you are domiciled in the U.S. and subject to Caesar's taxes. You can still physically be here, and you get what I'm saying. Anyway, don't listen to the crazy guy. Anyway, so how do we do the unincorporated process? All right, you're gonna basically reverse everything that you did to get into the first place. You're gonna uncontract. How do you do it? Okay. So, all right. Step one, approval from all the owners of the corporation or the LLC. Now, obviously, if you're a sole corp or whatever, you can just say, yeah, I think I'm going to do that. Otherwise, everybody has to be on board, even if you have to buy them out or bribe. I mean, no, don't bribe. Convince them, however it means, that we should do this, okay? Um, okay, so basically you're going to tell everybody, hey, just chill. We're going to go through if you're going to keep your business, you want to keep it, but you just want to get out of that format, that structure, that, whatever. Um, you tell all of your people, we're just going to do a reconstruction and just sit tight. We're just basically changing names. That's all they really have to know. Then what you're going to do is you're going to go and file your certificate of dissolution with the state. So you're going to contact your state, and you're going to basically, wherever you went to sign up in the first place, you're going to go on their website, get the form, download it, fill out the information, sign it. All right. Certain states require tax clearance for the company to be cleared before they will let you actually file that. Any back taxes that are owed must be paid first, so you have to make sure you're up to par. They ain't letting you just go easily, okay? Filing the federal, state, and local tax forms. Okay, so although you are ending your operations, your tax obligations do not immediately cease. You must formally let the IRS know that this is what you are doing. So you also have to go to their website and let them know that you're doing a dissolution as well. Okay. Might still have some payroll and whatever else things you have to take care of. Winding up affairs. So this part is off the record and for American nationals only. Anybody else, please turn away now. And go. All right. So the next part, winding up your affairs. You are supposed to settle your debts, notify your customers, your suppliers, your landlords, your insurers, vendors, notify your employees, cancel permits, licenses, and registration. Ew, that's right, because if you're private, you don't need licenses or permits or registrations or approvals privately. Withdraw from states where foreign qualified. Okay. Okay, and we're going to go back to the public now. And we're back. Okay, thanks, you guys. All right, great. So, step 5 for those people who are paying attention. Your corporation. Okay, so you need to notify your creditors at least typically 60 to 120 days of your changes, your statements, mailing addresses, blah, blah, blah. Remember, if you're going to stay open, you're just doing a restructure. You don't really have to, well, you can tell them, but you can just tell them that you're restructuring, okay? Settling creditors' claims should be done. All right, distribution of remaining assets. Now, for those people who have percentages when they're closing, and other people own parts of your business, or silent investors, whatever, those people must be paid out unless you guys are going to restructure and you have an agreement already in place. Otherwise, take care of that. All right, so about your EIN. A common misconception about EIN is that you can simply cancel or close it when dissolving your business. The IRS cannot cancel your EIN. Bing. Once an EIN has been assigned to your business, it becomes a permanent federal taxpayer identification number for that business, regardless of whether you ever use the EIN to file tax returns. The EIN is never reused. We'll get to that in a minute. Or reassigned to another business entity. The EIN will still belong to the business entity and can be used at a later date, should the need arise. Okay, now for those people who are American nationals, we're going to go private. So everybody else, bye. Video's over. So long, farewell, la vida, thank you. Okay, they're gone. So off the record, educational information only. I know upon talking to somebody in the, let's say, interesting revocable sales division, that in fact those numbers can be sold to other people. If they're in good standing, you can technically profit from that by selling your EIN to somebody else who can then take it over. They are also supposed to be unofficially reused, but not after, I think it's like, I don't know if it's 10 years or 20 years or whatever. Dormant, they have and can reuse those numbers. Okay, that's all educational information only. Now we're going back to the public. And we're back. Okay, so if any of you guys heard that information, we don't know what you're talking about. It's education. And, well, it's only hearsay anyway, which is not admissible in court. So, that's it, guys. That is how you get out. And, of course, I already made a video on how to form an unincorporated association, how to do a trust. And we're going to talk a little bit later in another video on how to do a 508c1a FBO, which will be available on the blacksite32.com website. I don't know, for like I said, 150, 200 bucks, something like that. I haven't really selling price. This is weeks before I publish it, so I have someone figuring out what it is. Got to get all the rest of the ins and outs of it, put the paperwork together, yada yada yada. So anyway, we'll get to that. So, for those people who are looking to do a restructure of their business for whatever purposes and reasons that they deem necessary for the continuement or the dissolution of their corporation, there you have it. So thank you guys for supporting the channel. Continue to spread the good word on how to get some of this stuff done from your boy, the Badwolf. And I take these words and I scatter them through time and space. That's all for now. Talk to you later. I'm out your face.